Hello dear students, in this video we shall discuss section 9 of the General Clauses Act 1897. If you're watching my video for the first time, I am CA Preeti Agarwal. Click the subscribe button to make Theory Masters learning a part of your online learning. Now section 9 talks about commencement and termination of time. See, many a times it happens that you need to calculate the due date. Like say for example, if you're studying the Negotiable Instruments Act and you're expected to calculate the maturity date. Sometimes you may be given the number of days or months from which you need to calculate the maturity date. You need to decide whether 21 days of clear notice has been given for the meeting or not. So sometimes when you need to calculate dates, it becomes very important for you to know from when does the time start, that is from which day should we start counting and when should that counting end. So this provision will help us to determine as to when should we start, commence, when should we, what is the meaning of commence? Commence means to start. So from which day should we start the calculation and when should we end? What is the day to be included and what is the day to be excluded? Commence means to begin. So the calculation will always begin from a date and it terminates on a particular date. So the calculation will be to a particular date. Yes. So just keep these words in mind and let us discuss the provisions. For the purpose of computation of time, so when you need to calculate time, it is sufficient if. Now I have modified the provisions a little so that it becomes easy for you to remember. You can write all this in the exam. I have not modified to a very great extent. Okay. So for the purpose of computation of time, it is sufficient if the first day in a series of day is excluded. Now what is a series of day? We will study that with the help of an example. But let's read the provisions first. So whenever you calculate the dates, the first day can be excluded. Okay, what if you are given not series but from when you are supposed to start the calculation? Okay, so you're given a date and from that date you have to start calculating the number of days and arrive at the due date. Be it a series of days or be it from a particular date, for the purpose of calculation, you will always exclude the first day. Okay, so we will exclude the first day and then we will start counting. Let's say that we need to count up till 30 days. So we start counting till 30 days. The 30th day, that is the last day, that will have to be included. So you may be given a series of days or you may be given the word to, be it whatever in the question, you will include the last day. Now let us apply this concept because without application it is not possible to understand the provisions. Let's say for example, dividend is declared on 27th September 2018. This was the date of annual general meeting in which they declared dividend. Now you must have studied under section 127 of the Companies Act that dividend once declared must be paid within 30 days. Now this 30 days represents a series of days. Okay. They have not said it is to be calculated from, it is said it is to be paid within 30 days of declaration. So this forms a series of days. Now how will you calculate 30 days? What is the date of declaration? 27th September. That is the first day. Exclude it. So the calculation will start from 28th of September. So 28th of September, 29th and 30th September. September month is over. So 3 days of September. But we need 30 days, right? So you need to add 27 days of October. So we add 27th day of October and 27th is the last day that will be included. So the dividend must be paid by 27th October 2018. Okay, so dividend needs to be paid by 27th October. But what if the dividend is not paid or it is not claimed within 30 days? So the Act says under section 124 now that the company shall within 7 days from, oh, they have used the word from the expiry of those 30 days. Okay. The company will then transfer the unpaid amount or unclaimed amount to unpaid dividend account. So be it a series of days or be it from a particular date, we need to exclude the first day. So how will you calculate those 7 days? What is the provision that the days, 7 days will be calculated from the expiry of 30 days? Okay, so the 30th day expires on 27th October. Exclude that date. So we will start calculating from 28th October, 29th, 30, 31st, 1st, 2nd and 3rd November. Okay, so the amount should be transferred to unpaid dividend account by 3rd of November. Now let us see what question was asked in November 2018 paper. Question 1E. Komal Limited declares a dividend for its shareholders in the annual general meeting held on 27th September 2018. Oh, this is the same example that I discussed. Referring to the provisions of the General Clauses Act and the Companies Act, advise. Now over here, section 9 of the General Clauses Act will apply. And in this question, the relevant sections shall be section 127 and 124. 127 says that the company must pay the dividend within 30 days of declaration. And according to section 124, if the dividend is not paid or it is unclaimed within 30 days of declaration, then within the next 7 days, the company will transfer the amount to unpaid dividend account. Alright, so what are the days during which Komal is required to pay the dividend? So we calculated that 30th day expires on 27th October and the dates during which it is required to transfer it to unpaid or unclaimed dividend account. Okay, unpaid dividend account will be 3rd of November. What will you write? It's a 4-mark question. So you will first explain Section 9 of the General Clauses Act. This is in the first paragraph, only theory. Then you will explain only Section 9 of the General Clauses Act, okay, in the first paragraph. Then you will start writing the answer for the first sub-question. You will explain Section 127 and you will arrive at the date. You will show the calculation, okay. So this will be the second paragraph. Again, in the second paragraph, you will explain the provisions for sub-question 2. So you will write 2 in the bracket and say, according to section 124 provisions, and then you will show the calculation for arriving at the date, that is 3rd of November. According to me, these 3 points will consume half a page and that is sufficient for a 4-mark question.